I know everything about babushkas that there is to know about babushkas.
I mean, I like her stuff, and this is just too far.
Wait, they're sponsored by cheese?
I'm resisting the urge to look this up right now.
I can't remember dude guy's name, so we're just gonna call him John. I'm Ryoko, and I'm here to steal all your shit.
Everyone gets naked on the Akio car.
Hayao Miyazaki's been preserved in some kind of weird stasis thing, and he's always about the environment. Let's throw Chunky Mon in there as well, just for shits and giggles.
He used to have a family. Now he has a futon that squeaks and a rice cooker that judges him. Every other weekend, the walls echo with laughter, footsteps, and the unmistakable sound of a question too honest to dodge. This is the story of a man who didn't expect to start over, and the Kohai, curious, chaotic, and somehow wiser than they should be, who ask him things he never thought he'd say out loud. This is Notice Me Senpai. Ask me anything, but don't touch my nendoroids. So, Xenogelion. My first question. Reimagine Chobits as a shonen entry in the Cyberpunk franchise. Ready, go.
Oh my lord. Is Chobits shoujo? Rom-com? What the fuck is it?
Chobits, and this is going to come into play later, but Chobits is technically a seinen. The subgenre would be magical girlfriend subgenre, whereas you've just got a dude who has a magical girlfriend. No, that's...
Fuck off. Okay, fine. So, first of all, Chi is like a unique artificial life form, like, an actual proper android. Cyberpunk's all about the whole, everyone's doing cybernetics and things, but Chi is full-blown android, right? And I can't remember dude guy's name, so we're just going to call him John. John ends up stumbling upon Chi, much like the original series, except for instead of in a garbage pile with way too many bandages on, it's a underground boxing ring with way too many bandages on. And and she is a murder machine. She is taking out all the other cyborgs left, right, and center. Jaws flying. And the whole premise is that he's going to become king of Night City, using Chi as his not collateral. No, he's going to be Chi's sponsor, just like in Kengan Ashura or whatever the name of that show is. I can't remember the name properly.
Wait, they're sponsored by cheese?
Yes, they're sponsored by Chi. No, he is sponsoring cheese.
You know who was done dirty? Ryoko. Here is a character brimming with potential, and it's Sammy that gets the solo series, but no more! Pitch me an anime starring Ryoko during her space pirate days. With no regard for the Tenchi Muyo series. Her life is wholly her own.
Right, okay, so first off, we're talking reverse harem, right? Ryoko pulls all the dudes. And she's like, nah, I'm not interested in any of you guys. I'm all about that, living for my life kind of thing. So she's so they send bounty hunters after her, the Galaxy Police, and they all these men just madly fall in love with her. But she's like, nah, I'm not, you're not for me. It's the thief life, it's the pirate life for me. Yarr, sorry. And she goes around, she's plundering, she's robbing, cruise ships that are out in space. Ryoko just slams into them, and she just not Ryoko, Ryooki, just slams into them, and just she boards it. It's like, yeah, I'm Ryoko, and I'm here to steal all your shit. She can replicate herself, can't she? She can have multiple bodies. I swear she can.
I think that's one of the goddess abilities, yeah.
Yeah, so it's instead of having a whole crew to contend with, it's just a crew of Ryoko, and she's stealing all the shit. It's like, oh, give me that Rolex, bitch, and and then even the guys on the cruise ships, they're falling madly in love with her. It's, no, it's the pirate life for me. And then it's not until Yosho turns her down and gets trapped, so she gets trapped in the shrine, that she actually calms down. It's like, maybe I'll settle down. That's it. That's why Kageto's all upset. There you go. Let's throw Chunkymon in there as well, just for the shits and giggles.
So, Xenographic. I feel like our modern young male audience is a little too inundated by loud, punchy fun and lacks shows that give drama and depth for a series, first and foremost. I'm looking to introduce these youths to a different kind of story, without them having to completely start something new. So we'll need a plot that is used to being flexible. All that being said, how do we turn Boruto into a revolutionary girl Utena?
Oh my god, I haven't seen either of these.
It sucks.
How do we turn Boruto into revolutionary girl Utena? Fast cars and loose morals.
Everyone gets naked on the Akio car.
So we need to expose Boruto to such great shows like Aran High School Host Club and there's gotta be more Wallflower. No, there's an anime called something Wallflower, I swear. Huh. Wow, is Aran High School Host Club the only one that I've actually watched? No, that can't be right. Fuck, how else would... Oh, let's put My Hime in there. I said that weirdly. My Hime. And... what else? I need something... And JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, just for shits and giggles.
Which one?
The one that they take their tops off the most, so probably part 5? Golden Wind? No, wait! No! Wait. It's gonna be part 6. It's gonna be Stone Ocean.
So we're just making Stone Ocean out of Boruto.
No, we're exposing Boruto to all of these shows and manga and culture and things, and that way he'll somehow turn into Utena, because I have any context or reference as to what Utena is. Naz has talked about it before. I don't fucking clue. All I see is pretty men just posing half naked on a car.
There's also this. When you pull a sword out of somebody's boobs.
Yeah, JoJo works for that.
Fair enough.
All right, Xenogillion. So we're talking about showbits and how magical girlfriend is a seinen subgenre. I'd like you to imagine the inverse of that. Okay, so we're gonna imagine a mundane boyfriend genre, whose target audience are largely magical women. Pick an anime that we're gonna make a mundane boyfriend spin-off of to test out this new genre.
I've got one in my head, but I don't know if you... it's going to be Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. And I want it to be Fafnir and the guy that he's rooming with. Yeah, it's going to be them. A series based on them and their romantic love engagement.
Okay, and what's the name of the series?
Fafnir's Bizarre Love Life.
Storm chasers are a vital part of our society, but the only media they got is Twisters and Twister derivatives. How would you go about making a storm chaser anime that can appeal to a wide audience but is interplanetary with a found family element?
Okay, so the second you say this, right, I'm thinking, okay, natural disasters. What kind of natural disasters does Japan go through? Tsunamis are fucking Ponyo by the cliffside. Motherfucking shit, that's stuck in my head. I'm never going to get rid of that. So yeah, so it's going to be animated by Studio Ghibli. So Studio Ghibli is going to personify every natural disaster. Obviously, we've already got tsunamis, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's think of earthquakes, right? So, you know, we've got earthquakes to contend with, and what we could do is... oh, wait, no, they did already do Totoro. There's earthquakes. Has all earthquakes already been done? Oh, I'm not sure. Let's assume not. So we have, like, Earthquake-chan, and Earthquake-chan has to be bound to a wheelchair, because if Earthquake-chan ever walks, there's earthquakes emanating from... Wait, is Chan gendered? Nazareth.
Not... kind of. Chan is used more for women, for women and girls, and Kun is used more for boys.
Okay, so if she ever walks, she'll cause like a magnitude 27 earthquakes. I know how earthquakes work in the UK, and then it's so she's bound to the wheelchair. But the one she loves, known as Boy-kun, who's he's injured and he needs saving. So she has to make the ultimate decision. Does she take a step and destroy the whole world? Or does she let him get sad and stuff? And there's stuff about what's the environment? Yeah, because Hayao Miyazaki's been preserved in some kind of weird stasis thing, and he's always about the environment.
You got a name for it?
It's gonna be Quake 3 Arena. I don't know why.
Cabin Boy Xeno. One Piece has run the gambit of themes and aesthetics, and there's often something for anyone. But we must be missing someone. I know. What should the next One Piece arc be to cater towards babushkas?
Russian grandmas? Oh, well, clearly the solution here is mecha, right? So we need to have a mecha space arc for One Piece, right? They get displaced from whatever the world's called, Big Ball of Water World, and they're stuck in space. And they got to sail their way to back to Big Ball of Water World.
Netflix, I've got an idea I'd like to sell you.
So yeah, 100%. And they got to do space combat, and they've got to put like a big dome over the whatever the name of the boat is, the Bodie McBoat face. Otherwise, they're all going to suffocate.
And this appeals to the babushkas because
Mecha, duh. You can't have mecha without space.
What?
Listen, I don't know a whole lot about babushkas, but everything I know about them tells me that they would absolutely love a mecha anime.
Oh, well, see, I know everything about babushkas that there is to know about babushkas. And babushkas love mecha anime. 100%.
Will the big mecha have a smaller mecha in it?
100%. Right?
what is the mecha weapon that is also a cooking instrument in this situation?
Oh. Don't want to say a giant wooden spoon.
That's just what I was thinking of.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. That works.
But like the spoon is basically an entire tree. Also, you wouldn't believe how popular Gurren Lagann was in Russia because of the babushka. I was gonna say.
I would definitely not believe that. Yeah.
I ran a survey to find out, like, what's the most favorite anime for babushka, and everyone put down mecha, and I was like, wow, 100% mecha.
I'm resisting the urge to look this up right now.
Well, I got it on my desk right here.
Oh, can you just fax that over to me?
Yeah, 100%. Ignore my handwriting, it's fine.
Hello members of the jury. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and especially to the supporters. Of course, this is the segment where, whoa, please don't skip, please, just a minute of your time. I would like to direct your attention to Exhibit A. Now, one may wonder, what does the graph tell us? Well, in fact, it tells us the amount of capital needed for the production of 1 month's worth of Notice Me Senpai. Now, ideally, as a senpai, such as myself, one needs to spend this entire graph's worth of dollars to create a month's worth of episodes. This graph is segmented to reveal where the funds come from and where it goes. The blue and red bits are a combination of supporter funds as well as my own back pocket in order to pay for the video editor. The yellow bit, that's the funds needed to pay for actors to come in, do a merry jig, and then ultimately the show is animated. The issue is that the yellow bit costs more than the blue and red bits combined. I can't afford to absorb the yellow bit too, so I'm reaching out to you, the viewers. If you like the direction the show's improvements are going so far, and you want to see them get even better, please consider joining the Patreon, link in the description. I know it seems like a lot of money, but even $1 a month helps to get closer to that goal. So does sharing the video with friends or even on social media, where other people might say, hey, I like seeing all this crazy movement and silly anime jokes. I'd pay for that. That's it. That's the pitch. I won't take up any more of your time, and I just hope you enjoy the rest of the episode.
All right, Xenogelion, I'd like to pitch a brand new anime genre, right? So normally, you've got a bunch of different genres that are kind of named after the target audience, right? So I would like to put forward the idea of Oyajike, which is like dad type anime or manga. Dad energy, right? So in the spirit of Oyajike anime or manga, I'd like you to pitch me a show called My Dad is a Salaryman and Also a Dragon.
Wow. See, what you don't realize is how similar this is to another show called From a Bureaucrat to Villainess. My dad was reincarnated in another one. Yeah. So, okay. So basically, you got your dad figure. Yeah, it's just an isekai. It is just straight 100% an isekai. And what you call it? The dad character, he kind of lives like a double life sort of thing. He has zero control over when he transports from our world to the fantasy world. But luckily for him, no time is lost between the two. So like if he sort of like transitions from ours, when he comes back eventually, like it's as if nothing ever happened. Now he gets a lot of criticism for like being forgetful and just constantly zoning out and shit. And that's because like he spent years as this dragon. So like, what's minutes for, humans is like decades for dragons. So he has to come back and he's like, Jesus Christ, what the hell were we talking about? I can't remember. And yeah, so like, yeah, he's constantly ridiculed. But the great thing is, with his dragon prowess, everyone in our world is just, oh my god, he's so magnificent. He's so spectacular. It's like he's some kind of mythical beast of some kind. Yep, 100%. His work is like a complete shambles and things because he can't fucking remember what the shit he's doing most of the time. But in the dragon world, like, he owns like an entire country. He lets the humans stay there.
And is this an anime that I can like look up right now? Because like you got me hyped for it, dude. Like
Well, genuinely, you should check out From Bureaucrat to Villainess. It is genuinely fun. I think it ends a little weak, but it's a good show. It's so funny.
All right then, very different pivot, but despite their lack of ads, the iPad baby market is a highly lucrative one, ripe for anime potential. Clearly, this needs to be capitalized on, which can only mean one thing. How would you go about crafting Cocomelon, the anime?
I have no idea what the fuck Cocomelon is. Like, I know it exists. I know it's a thing for kids, but I genuinely have no idea what it is. Like, my knowledge goes as far as like Peppa Pig, and I think Cocomelon is like the generation younger still. What the fuck am I looking at?
Cocomelon.
Oh my god, that looks horrifying. So how do I animify Cocomelon? Okay, so genuinely, I made joke of a concept.
Oh god, stop! Fuck!
I made joke many.
I mean, I like her stuff, and this is just too far.
I made joke many moons ago about a show that's basically kindergarten wars, right? So the kids are like, visualizing like a wartime battlefield during recess and shit like this. And like the teacher, or I'm not entirely sure, the caregiver, I don't know. Like often they're seen as like the almighty general or emperor of, and it turns out I somehow tapped into someone's mind because this manga actually existed. So that is the feeling I'm getting from Cocomelon. To animify is kindergarten wars. And like, yeah, 100%.
So we're just gonna license kindergarten wars and then give it the title Cocomelon the anime in the States.
Yeah, Yep, 100%. And because we're concerned about kids' attention spans, we're gonna put like those weird videos, those vertical videos on the side.
Or you're gonna be the first anime with picture-in-picture.
Yes. Yes, already burnt into it.
Body enthusiast Xeno. Many folks complain about fan service in anime, especially since it's often done to young girls and undermines the plot. Clearly, we need to correct this preconception with an anime that is about fan service, but for the opposite demographic. Pitch me the dad bod fan service anime. Let's go.
The dad bods fan service anime. Yeah, I think the problem is like I don't know what appeals. I don't know what works. I don't know what's attractive for women.
See, Senshi is a great example for your starting grounds here.
I think what we need to do is like Isekai Quartet, and we need to bring in dad bod characters. So first off, we have Senshi, obviously. That was a freebie for me. Who else would we have in a dad bod-esque capacity? Uncle from Another World.
Oh god.
Old Man Joseph.
That one, yes. But not oldest man Joseph, just old man
No. Just Old Man Joseph, not oldest man.
Perfect, because it's a taboo.
Yeah, well, it should be a taboo.
That is true. Oh my god, that is true. Oh.
Someone has to stay on track. Why is it me?
I want to have Einswolgon.
Wait, what? Is that a dad bod?
Yeah, he's got epic dad bod, Joey.
I need you to explain to me how that man is pure bones and has dad bod.
It's not just about the bod. It's about the bod, right? You have to have the energy with the physical. And his energy is so overflowing, his physical is just made up for.
For a guy that started this claiming he doesn't know the demographic, you sure are confident about that answer.
No, it's all about the delivery. You gotta deliver bullshit.
You know, he is a bodybuilder of sorts.
He's also on a body pillow.
Oh my god.
I don't want to know where you found that.
It's actually in the show.
You are no way.
Yep, she loves Ein so much she has a body pillow of him.
I'm also gonna say Ainsworth from Elias Ainsworth from
Magus Bride?
Yeah, Magus Bride, thank you.
Okay, next question then. Last time I brought up the dad type anime. This time, we're imagining kind of the inverse of that, right? So we're going to make a genre for people with daddy issues specifically. Please select 3 pre-existing anime that we can use to kick off this genre.
Right. Shows with daddy issues. Berserk.
Okay, all right. I'll take it.
I'm going to say Freeren for the relationship between Stark and... Shit, what's his name? Is it Eisen?
How about the relationship between Stark and his father?
You know what? That's also a good shout. So yeah, okay, doubly so on Freeren. Ryoko Matoi from Kill la Kill.
Can we just name the spin-off Nudist Beach?
Nudist Beach.
Huh?
我々はヌーディストビーチだ。
気が確かか?
Can that just be the name of the...
Sure, why not?
Okay, forget human babies. We all know the real money is in iPad cats. Pitch me an anime that will entertain iPad cats as well as entice their human guardians, but cannot contain any dialogue.
Cheese Sweet Home would go a long way, I think. And I'm also gonna... but it can't contain any dialogue. We spoke about it earlier. And I'm like, this is like... I don't think cats would enjoy this at all. That's cat soup.
So,
I don't want to say we walked you into this one, but we kind of walked you into this one.
I mean, to be fair, though, there's not many anime that don't have
I'm asking you to pitch
dialogue.
me one. That means make up one.
Oh, cat soup, but not psychedelic.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So just cats making soup.
Yeah. Oh, no, just like Red Cat Ramen, right? But no dialogue.
Okay, 12 Angry Xenos. Here's your bingo free space question because we clearly haven't had enough tangents or rants today. What anime would you swiftly switch genres for at its current midpoint to drastically improve it?
I'm gonna say, right, Hell's Paradise, and we turn it into a high school rom-com.
What the fuck?
It'll infinitely be better than what the current shit is.
You don't know how wrong turning that into a high school drama is. Oh my god, I love it.
It would make it infinitely better.
Somewhere between the microwave leftovers and the unpacked emotional baggage, something real cracked through. What will the Kohai ask next blah blah blah. Necktie? Sure. What will the Kohai ask to a necktie? What will they say? And will Xeno ever fix that damn cabinet hinge? Find out next time on Notice Me Senpai. Ask me anything, but don't touch my Nendoroids.